Pisces. Hello, my Piscean brothers and sisters. It's your boy, Thomas Wake, aka Prince Scorpio, aka your humble servant. It's hard for me to do a mundane reading for you because you are so cosmic. Right now I have the sun rising behind me as I'm looking at the moon, perfectly halfway through its waning stage. The Virgo season is a time for us to organize, structure, plan, and to see what is serving us, what isn't. Get rid of those things that aren't. I like the analogy of going through your closet, and it's kind of like spring cleaning, but it's the opposite. It's like cleaning to get ready for the fall and winter. So we go through what we've sowed and harvested, and now we go through and we take the good and we throw away the bad. Let's do this as we take inventory and stock of what are we holding on to, relationships, habits, relationships and habits. Which ones are serving us? And this is a relationship to others, relationship to yourself, relationship to the divine. What is beneficial and what is simply not, that we have to let go of. Now, in your first house, we have Neptune, your ruler, your modern day ruler, making a pleasant aspect, a trine to Jupiter, your ancient ruler, in water. This is lovely. This is giving you an opportunity for a deep mystical connection, insight. I know you're almost sick of that because that's what you have, but there is your power. The Jubilee, it's when those who are last become first. We're getting ready for that to happen for you. And I say hang on until Scorpio season. You're going to have some tidbits of an intuition of that happening, of your upcomings, and you'll have some flashes and windows into that right now, but you still have this time to set it up next month to ride it out, and then the month after that, as we go into Scorpio season, to start reaping those benefits, especially in your 11th house of your karmic gains and rewards. We've had things being held back from you, but now we have a lot of energy coming to meet there, to regroup, and now to go forward, to pave that way for you to start reaping the rewards, and for all that suffering to finally pay off. To come into this world right now, as we're transitioning from the Piscean age to Aquarius, as a Pisces, I ask that you have patience with the rest of us who are just toddlers. You blessed old soul. So be a little bit maternal to yourself and to others. Look at that sun. Beautiful earth trine, and this is really affecting your 11th house of karmic gains and how you fit into the society at whole, and your humanitarian efforts are going to start going forward. They've been hurt and now they're being healed. The Virgo energy right now is, it's kind of opposing you. So kind of get ready for the next 10 days for an opposing energy and to ground yourself in earth, in water. What do I mean by that? To have trust and faith in the universe that you are here exactly where you're supposed to be at the exact right moment. Synchronicities. Not coincidences, synchronicities. Wake up in the morning and say, universe, show me the magic today. Universe, align me with my timing. You are the great priestess and priest of this time. In your second house of finances, what you value, we have Chiron there, who's dipped into it, and now it's going back to your first house before it goes forward again. Really asking you to perhaps start healing from these financial wounds. You got a little bit of a blessing that came through. Now that's going to pull off so that you could reevaluate it, and then it's going to go forward so you could put it to better use. Uranus dipping into your third house, changing your relationship with your close-knit of friends, surprises coming up with your brothers and sisters, perhaps hurt, things asking you to reevaluate how you look at that and to restructure it and to I see kind of money-making options with your close friends, with your brothers and sisters. Be careful in your just short little text messages that you actually think about them before you send them. Or if in your house of we have opposing energy to creative projects, and that being an energy that has been in place for the past 3-4 months. And now we have lots of energy going back into that to regroup, to restructure, and to move forward. I liken it to that new game that the kids like, Fortnite. As you go forward, you're trusting in your tools, in your experience, in the universe, that you can take a step forward and that you can't see a bridge there. You help to construct it, and the universe will throw freaking slabs for you to walk on to continually build and to progress forward. You are the master of the emotional, spiritual, creative realm. Now is a great time to start putting that into manifestation. The idle hands or the devil's playground is a good, because you get so caught up in your emotions, your mental, that you become stagnant and depressed. So here's a good time to start working out, to add more health type things into your daily regimen so that you get it out of your head and your emotions, and you start to balance it by adding earth energy to that water to ground yourself. Relationships for you, there's a spotlight on it right now. And with Venus in your 8th house, this is a good time for sexual relationships, good sex. And Jupiter in your 9th house, where its home is, you being a wise occult leader. Your 10th house, not much going on in your career, because now you're just a steady Eddie. Keep the pace. It's a harmonious aspect right now for your career, but not much drama going on, which is good, because now we're focusing on how you're going to get paid. What's hidden from you is the South Node. That's good. Forget the past. just cut all those karmic ties. Get out of your head, get out of depression. The things that got taken away from you, know that they got taken away for the better, because they're not here to serve you anymore. So now let's go behind the veil that you are the master of and ask for the Holy Spirit, our ancestral spirit guides, our higher self. Let us grab that hand and let us ask it to guide us. This card has been crying out to you, a creative endeavor that we need to take some more time. With all the retrograde energy, this was a time to, perhaps inspiration wasn't quite there, the fire not quite there. Well, now we have a little bit of fire underneath your butt with the Virgo season. It's mutable. Fire heats things up and it moves the particles around faster. And it can be chaotic, but the great wizards create chaos to create order out of that chaos. You being a mutable sign, you're going to be able to vibe in this Virgo season if you remain mutable and own your nature, so that you can fashion your new reality out of this. And as Saturn is about to go forward on the 6th, this is a time to do the emotional, mental cleaning, rearranging, so that when Saturn goes forward, now you're structuring, now you're disciplined, and now you're moving forward in line with the universe. And through Virgo could be overcritical and hard on themselves because they're perfectionists. Your opposite sign. The opposite of that is just being drunk and partying too much. The well-balanced part of that is not being too overcritical, but being lighthearted and joyous and smiling even though it's hard. And then when you smile even though it's hard, you'll find more circumstances popping up that will give you reason to smile, because you create this, because you are the master alchemist. Temperance. The energy that's grounding us right now, that's perhaps in our subconscious. The devil in its position of the material world. So Lord of the material world. Now we could have depression. That's when we lose hope and we get lost in the material world and all that darkness. And we've put those chains over our own neck. When we lose our power, that is that mystical, watery, Piscean energy. And if we get too stuck in the material world, then we get chained there and we lose our mystical Piscean powers. In our recent past, we have the Leo's 3 cards came out. This is a lot. This is so typical of Pisces, to have stuff in the past that we can't let go of. That's chaining us. So we have during Leo season. Perhaps we had a tough Leo season with all that retrograde energy. And we were asked to use our strength. And we hesitated to make these changes and to take that sword and to put it to use, to cut away the things that aren't serving us. So now we can move forward courageously with that mutable Sagittarian fire energy, with Jupiter in your 9th house, that Sagittarian wisdom, and knowing that you control your destiny. Everything that you experience here are things that you put in place for you to experience. Now, what do you want to experience? You want to experience happiness, you want to experience joy, make that intention, set it into place, make these statements. Say, I intend to experience prosperity, happiness, joy. Then once you desire that, the universe will make those things happen. Before we came here, we sat with the Creator as a co-creator, and we said, these are the things I would like to experience. And so you popped in as a Piscean sun, check your ascendant, check your moon, book a reading with me if you'd like to find these things out. We'll do a detailed reading, and we'll work with you on pricing, whatever you could afford. And you are experiencing those things for your soul's upward spiral journey back to the Creator, bringing all those experiences with it for its evolvement. There's parts of God that change, and there's parts of God that don't. You are here to bring everything back to God. And I just beg you to hang in there for a little bit longer, and you are going to get your comeuppance. But nothing happens without a little bit of work, and now is that time for work. And make sure that you're serving the greater good and yourself without neglecting yourself. And there we have your card to finish this off. The High Priestess. Spiritual fruition by having your foot on the moon, not being swayed by the moon, but using that. Here we have a waning moon at the beginning of the month to help us to shed those things that aren't serving us emotionally, and to take those things that give us life and to crack that open and drink the sweet nectar of the pomegranate, to cleanse us, to detoxify us, to separate what's not helping us from what is, to not be too severe, but to be merciful, but not to be too merciful and laxed. So we bring the discipline in, and then we bring those together to resurrect the sacred feminine, the intuition. Not abandoning reason, but not being overly logical, where we forget our gift of the great High Priestess that you are, Pisces. Beautiful, beautiful reading. And dramatic. Such is the life of the Pisces. I'm stuck in between a Pisces older sister and a Pisces younger sister. I'm the middle child, a Scorpio. In between the two fish am I. And I gotta be a stronger cord. Also merciful to myself. And also structuring, especially with this energy. Health. I will honor the physical vessel that enshrines my soul. This is a great health, earthy time for us to take care of our temple, our body. And when we do that, there's the material. The spiritual world, you live there. Now here's the time to manifest. And we do that by being healthy, by caring ourselves, taking care of ourselves. Go get a massage. Go get some aromatherapy candles, light them. Create magical places in your house. Feng shui. Put the fun back in feng shui. Namaste. I never say that. I felt like saying it.